some of the tools that you're going to be using for dusting and other purposes. So for starters, you're going to have your gray bucket that you're going to fill up about a third of the way, and you're going to put a few drops of your antibacterial buckeye cleaner in the water. And then you're going to have your 2 rags, either blue or green, one wet and one dry for wiping down those surfaces, especially like coffee tables and for touch points like light switches and so on. You're also going to have your dusters, a short duster for those easy to reach areas, and your extender duster for high up areas like lighting, fans, and blinds. You'll also have a huck towel, which is for glass, and your mini glass cleaner. This is for touch-up areas like if there's a glass coffee table or end table. And then you'll have your large glass cleaner and your squeegee. The person that is dusting is typically in charge of doing the glass doors. So this squeegee makes it a lot easier for cleaning those large windows, like back sliding glass doors. And then you'll also have your trash liners. Whoever is dusting is in charge of taking any small trash cans that are in the room, like offices or bedrooms. That's what these are for. When dusting a home, you're going to start by filling up your gray bucket 1/3 of the way full of water and using a squirt of your disinfectant concentrate. After that, you'll gather your supplies, including your Swiffer, long duster, and your cloths. Make sure that you set everything off to the side so that nobody accidentally trips on them. After that, you'll prep your room, so you'll tidy up and you'll remove any trash. Then you'll start your rotations. You'll have 1 of 4 rotations on your work order if you have a Premier Clean. So it'll be either the dusting of the baseboards, the blinds, the doors and trim, or the lights and fan. After you've completed the rotation on the work order, make sure that you go ahead and check the other rotations to see if there's any obvious need to touch them up. After you completed rotations, you'll start your touch points, including remote controls, knobs, and switches. And you'll check high dusting and go around the room left to right or right to left, whichever you prefer. Just make sure that you're doing it the same each time you go through so that you're building that muscle memory. Then you'll wipe down and dust furniture and decorative items. If you have a cloth couch, you'll use a dry rag. If you have a leather couch, then you can use a wet rag followed by a dry. Make sure that when you're dusting furniture, such as coffee tables and end tables, that you're not solely using your Swiffer, but that you're also using your wet rag so that those surfaces aren't getting disinfected and not just a quick wipe. If you have a shelf that is more than 50% of the way full, you don't need to move all the items on the shelf. You can just do your best to go around them. On most work orders, you won't see any add-ons for beds, but every Premier Clean does include us to make one bed. You can always check the work order to see if there are any extras added on there, but typically the client will leave a set of new sheets on the bed that they wish for us to change. When you're making a bed, make sure that when you do the sheet change out that you make sure they're tucked and get those nice crisp edges, as well as staging pillows so that it looks really nice and professional when you're finished. After you've staged your bed, make sure that the rest of the room is also staged. Making sure that pillows are nice. If there's any carpet fringe, make sure that's laid out nicely. Any blankets that were messed up, make sure that they're folded and in a nice pile, etc. Once you've completed that, you want to do a visual check of each room once you finish and make sure that there's a final walkthrough that's done at the end to make sure that there's nothing that is missed, such as resettled dust, rugs not put down, streaks on glass, or any missed trash.